This is one of those risks most people underestimate until it happens to them. In the next few minutes, you will see exactly how it works, what the public breach record actually shows, and the simple steps that keep you safe. Most online trouble does not begin with a dramatic hack. It begins with a single click onto a website that looks completely normal but is not. A fake login page, a copycat store, a lookalike bank site. These pages are cheap to build and easy to copy, and their whole job is to catch you in a hurry. The good news is that fakes leave clues, and once you know where to look, spotting one before you click becomes second nature. Let's learn how. A fake website usually has one of two goals. The first is to trick you into typing something valuable, such as your username, password, or card details, into a form that quietly sends them straight to a scammer. The second is to get you to download or install something you should not. Both rely on the page looking trustworthy enough that you do not pause. Keeping those two goals in mind helps you notice the moment a site is phishing for exactly that. The single most useful habit is to actually read the web address before you trust a page. Look at the main site name, the part just before the first single slash, and make sure it is spelled exactly right. Scammers love small swaps and extra words, a missing letter, a dash, or a familiar brand buried inside a longer, unrelated address. The pretty logo on the page proves nothing. The plain text in the address bar is where the truth usually hides. Look at the overall scale rather than a single statistic. Security researchers detect and block enormous numbers of fake and malicious websites, with new ones appearing constantly, often copying trusted brands, and lasting only a short time before moving on. That churn is deliberate. It keeps the fakes ahead of block lists. The lesson is not to panic at every page, but to accept that fake sites are a normal, everyday part of the internet, which is exactly why a quick personal check matters so much. Fake sites tend to share a family resemblance once you know it. The address is slightly off. The page pushes urgency, warning that your account is locked or a prize is expiring. It asks for more information than the task should need. And little details feel wrong. Odd wording, broken links, or a design that is almost but not quite right. Any one of these can be innocent. Several together are a clear signal to stop and look closer. Scammers are clever about making a bad address look good at a glance. They register names that swap a letter for a similar one, add a hyphen, or place a trusted brand as a subdomain of a site they actually control. Your eye reads the familiar brand and relaxes. The trick is to slow that glance down and read the whole name carefully, right up to the first slash. That is the part that decides who really owns the page you are on. Here is a myth worth clearing up. That little padlock symbol next to a web address only means your connection to the site is encrypted. It does not mean the site is honest. Scammers can easily get that padlock for their fake pages too, so today it proves almost nothing about trust. Do not let its presence lull you into typing your password. Judge a site by its address and its behavior, not by a symbol that anyone, honest or not, can display. Most people land on a fake site by clicking a link in a message rather than by typing an address, and that is no accident. An email or text creates a reason to hurry, then hands you a link that leads somewhere dangerous. So treat unexpected links with real caution, especially any that press you to log in or confirm details. The safest response to a message about one of your accounts is to ignore its link entirely and reach the site your own way. Here is an underrated benefit of a password manager. Because it saves your login tied to the genuine web address, it will offer to fill your details on the real site, and it will stay silent on a fake one. So if you arrive at what should be a familiar login page and your manager does not recognize it, treat that as a warning. It has quietly noticed the address does not match. That small hesitation is a second opinion worth trusting. Checking a link takes only a moment. On a computer, rest your pointer over the link without clicking and read the real address that appears. On a phone, press and hold to preview where it truly leads. Compare that destination to what the message claims. If they do not match, or the address looks strange, do not tap it. This tiny pause, done before the click rather than after, is where most fake site trouble is quietly avoided. There is one habit that sidesteps almost every fake site trap, and it is beautifully simple. Instead of clicking a link in a message, go to the site directly. Type the address you know, use a bookmark you saved earlier, or open the official app. If a message says there is a problem with your account, close it and log in your own way to check. A real issue will still be waiting for you there. A fake one simply disappears. It is easy to be more careless on a phone, because the small screen hides part of the web address and everything feels quick and casual. Scammers know this and design fake pages to look especially convincing on mobile. So give phone links the same care you would on a computer. Press and hold to preview where a link goes. Be wary of pages that pop up demanding a login, and when in doubt, open the official app instead of the link. If you realize you typed your details into a fake page, act promptly and calmly. Change the password for that account right away, and if you reused it anywhere else, change it there too. Turn on a second login step for that account if you have not already. Then keep an eye on it for anything unusual over the next while. Moving fast turns a worrying slip into a minor one, because the stolen details stop being useful once you have changed them. Fake websites are common, convincing, and always changing, but the defense against them is refreshingly steady. Read the address before you trust the page. Do not rely on the padlock. Be wary of links in unexpected messages, and reach important sites your own way instead. Let your password manager's silence warn you. None of this takes special skill. It is a 2-second pause, repeated as a habit, that quietly keeps the fakes from ever catching you. That is how it works and how to stay ahead of it. The breach data is from Have I Been Pwned, all public. If this helped, share it with one person who reuses passwords, and subscribe to Cyber Explainers to keep your digital life safe.